What's up, guys? This is Boondocks, and once again I'm going to be making another Mechromancer build, except this one is going to be using sniper rifles. It's a Sniper Anarchy, and in all honesty, the build is pretty much the same as my shotgun build. In fact, when I say pretty much, I mean exactly the same because I don't change out anything as far as the build tree goes. So I'm going to give a quick rundown in case you're watching this video without watching my shotgun build. So some death trap, pretty obvious. Smaller, lighter, faster, increased reload speed, which is always nice, and the magazine size decrease is actually beneficial for Anarchy because every time that you reload with Anarchy and every time that you kill an enemy, you gain a stack. And each stack gives you 1.75% damage increase and 1.75 accuracy decrease. And then using pre-shrunk Cyberpunk, you can get that all the way up to 400 stacks. At 400 stacks, that's a 700% damage increase. But also you have that 700% accuracy decrease. So it's pretty difficult to hit things. But there's ways around that, such as using spread shotguns. Then Robot Rampage, I intend for Death Trap to be in enemies' faces and just hitting them, trying to tank shots and get the enemies to ignore me. So that's what this is for, just to make sure he's right in there. Blood-soaked shields. This is really nice. It helps keep your Bee shield up, and you want to use the Bee shield just so that way you can pump out the extra damage, especially since we're going to be sticking at range. Discord is really important too, in case you accidentally click the reload button before the automatic reload comes out. If you do that, instead of losing all your Anarchy stacks, you're going to activate Discord, causing your Anarchy to slowly decay, but increasing your fire rate, your accuracy, and your health regen for all the increase depending on the number of Anarchy stacks you have. All you have to do is fire your gun, reload again, and Discord goes away and you keep all your remaining stacks of Anarchy. Typecast Iconoclast. This skill is used for getting the Anarchy to build up even faster. With a 60% chance to gain an additional stack, you're pretty much cutting the time in half. Rational Anarchist, it's just 1 point. It's kind of a throwaway, but if you're playing in a team environment where it's more difficult to just farm up Anarchy stacks, this is really good. It makes sure that you get right into the fight. The nth degree makes it so that enemies get hit with bullets, then bouncing towards another enemy every 5th shot. So, just extra damage getting tossed out. This is used for the shield capacity more than the resist shock, and I put strength of 5 gorillas just to increase my death trap, make them a little bit more of a target. Over here, close enough. It's not actually necessary with this build, but it's better than cooking up trouble since I'm going to be pretty much constantly firing, and I'm not going to rely on cooking up trouble to regain my health. And this also helps you build up your initial Anarchy stacks because this trick isn't very helpful at the beginning. It's better to use a shotgun and then switch out. The better half lets you fire faster when your clip gets lower. And then, honestly, again, not as necessary with this because of the way that sniper rifles fire. It's not as helpful. But it's still better than some of the other abilities since shield recharge is not necessary with blood-soaked shields. Unstoppable Force, put 1 point into it for the movement speed. The shield recharge, who cares, because you're going to get that kill to recharge your shield anyway. This is to make it so that Death Trap stays out longer, more health, obviously. This is only for the damage reduction, melee damage increase for Death Trap, whatever. This explosive clap is actually pretty cool. I like it, and it really messes with the enemies and make them target Death Trap almost specific. Shorter cooldowns, always nice. 20% cooler, right? And sharing is caring. This is a lot more helpful during single player when you can pause and switch out guns. But during team play, or not switch out guns, when you can pause and switch out shields. So that way you can have, say, a black hole equipped, put out Death Trap, he'll have the black hole equipped. Then you can pause the game, switch it over to a Bee to increase your damage, because the Bee's amp damage doesn't get transferred to Death Trap. but it's not that big a deal, and I'm usually lazy and don't bother doing it, even in single player. For items, honestly, these can go away, because they're not really necessary. I'm going to move that up to slot 1. Right here, I'm going to take the interfacer, because in this area, the only enemies that are corrosive that are going to be coming after me are lunatics, and they're just going to charge straight for my face. Why is that clicking off? So I use a Logitech G700 mouse, and if anybody else out there is using one and has the same problems as me in this game, just say something, especially if you found a solution to the problem, because it is friggin' annoying as hell. You know what? I think I'm going to show a Sandhawk as well, just to show why this build works. If you look, I've already gone and farmed up my Anarchy. Not all the way, because I figured I'm going to be killing enemies here anyway. But if you look, when you fire a shotgun, this is being the interfacer, when you fire the interfacer, the spread is much bigger than usual. The Sandhawk, those fucking hawks fly wherever the hell they feel like. It's really difficult to hit enemies with, and it's pain. Same with your sniper rifle. I mean, just look at that accuracy. It's shooting the floor, it's shooting the ceiling. Sometimes it goes straight. It does whatever the hell it feels like. The real trick is this, though. When you have your sniper out, and then you zoom down the barrel, the accuracy change is negligible. That still just lights people up. And the pitchfork above other things... Oh shit, I accidentally reloaded. The pitchfork over other weapons makes it so that your Bee will proc. Because, as you might know, the way the Bee works, on, say, a rocket launcher, or not a rocket launcher, the Bee doesn't work on rocket launchers. On a shotgun, the Bee's amp damage, which is pretty substantial, gets divided between 9 different shots, in the case of the interfacer. But then you have weapons like the pitchfork or the Sandhawk, which only shoot out, quote-unquote, 1 bullet at a time, but then split. Well, each one of those split shots gains the full effect of the Bee. So when you combine that together, it's actually pretty drastic. I wish I had a sniper mod, which I don't. I don't have a Allegiance mod either. So I'm actually going to stick on my Skin of the Ancients. I mean, why not? A little bit increased resistances. So, okay. Well, here are the enemies. Summon out your Death Trap. The trick here is this isn't the best area because it's not wide open. I probably should go on to a more open type area. But this isn't that big of a deal. Because if you look, you can still see how much damage that these can pump out on an accurate volume. Now this is good during team fighting, when enemies are going to be coming in closer to you, and you're just a little bit afraid, or the enemies won't be coming in close to you, and the Anarchy would make it so that you have to run up to them, but sometimes that's just impossible, or you don't want to, because it would be too dangerous. Well, you can run this build and pretty much just shut them down, no problem. Especially in a team fight when your teammates are going to be distracting the enemy for you, so that way you can get constant heals through, or not constant heals, but your Bee shield just won't get taking hits, and you'll be able to pump out more damage that way. If I had a sniper Relic, this would be much better than what it currently is. I messed up and never moved my Relic over. I still have it on 0, which is kind of stupid because even though he is quote-unquote the sniper, in order to do damage with him, you got to build up the critical ascension stacks using a Leuta, but it's just nowhere near as fun as I think it should be. And I don't like getting crits. It's just, I feel like I like to just shoot enemies to death, and getting crits isn't about throwing the damage down range. If enemies get close, feel free to switch over to a shotgun just to finish them off. It can be a lot safer, though it won't do nearly as much damage. Especially at long range, it'll be almost impossible to hit your target. That's not really the point. Ah, shit. What other... Okay, I don't want to get rid of that. I busted out the Sandhawk just to show what it could do.
Let's see what we got.
Instead, I want a... Where's my fire conference call? Okay. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Sorry about that. Why? Okay, this isn't really working right for me. Again, I'm pretty sure it's because of my mouse. So, if anyone has a solution, I am all ears, because it's annoying as hell. Like, really, really annoying. I don't appreciate it. So, really, the sniper thing, I meant to show it in the first video I made, because you can run it in parallel with the shotgun. Because the build is the same. All you're doing is looking for getting the Anarchy stacks up, so that way you can put up damage. Holy shit, holy shit. Yeah, I might have a problem against this guy. If he gets in close enough, I am pretty much hosed. And there we go. I don't know how the hell I missed running up the stairs. See, so for instance right here, it'd be a perfect time, just switch back over to a sniper rifle, peg that guy down, move on to the next one. Honestly, if anyone's played the original Borderlands, sniper rifles in that were a lot more fun, especially on Mordecai, because you could just bypass shields. You didn't need to worry about dropping enemy shields. You could just go straight for a headshot and kill them. Though, in that, to use that ability properly, Trespass, you couldn't have Elemental, because the Elemental would splash on the shield, and then the bullet damage would still get through. But you lose all the elemental effects, so there was no reason to have an elemental weapon, because elements actually decrease the damage overall. For instance, if you look, right there I have my pitchfork out. Go down the other pitchforks, and right here is a non-elemental one. It's still a knight pitchfork, just like my other elemental ones, but because this one is non-elemental, it actually gets a boost in damage. I mean, it's not drastic or anything, but that's not really the point. The point is, I like sniping a lot more in the first game as compared to Borderlands 2, which is still fun, I guess, but the first game also had a lot more open areas that you could get up on sections and just peg enemies at really long range. Borderlands 2 has a lot more indoor type sections. As far as main storyline goes, I mean, like right here, in Borderlands 1, I would try to get around him and then shoot him down. But that is my sniping anarchist, and I actually think I like it a little bit more than just the straight shotgun build. And if you're planning on making an anarchist Mechromancer, I definitely recommend picking up a pitchfork or any other mass spread fire sniper rifle, just because it adds to the playthrough and the wide range that you can use. Well, anyway, good luck, have fun, peace.